On one of the most isolated places on Earth, more than 2,000 miles from the nearest continent, a silent army of stone giants still stands watch. This is Rapa Nui, better known as Easter Island. Almost 1,000 of these statues, called moai, were carved by Polynesian settlers centuries ago from volcanic stone and placed across the island like sentinels. Some are small. Some rise as high as a 3-story building. All of them carry the same haunting presence. They face inland, not toward the sea, as if they are guarding the living rather than watching the horizon. For generations, people asked the same impossible question: how did an ancient society move multi-ton statues across rough terrain without wheels, cranes, or modern machines? For a long time, the answer sounded like legend. Then experiments began to reveal something even stranger. Researchers found that with the right ropes, balance, and rhythm, a moai can be rocked from side to side and advanced forward in a walking motion. A small team of people can move a massive statue this way much faster than most people once believed. That discovery changed everything. It meant the moai were not dragged helplessly across the island. They were moved with intent, precision, and astonishing engineering skill. Their rounded bases, forward-leaning posture, and wide stance may not have been decorative at all. They may have been designed to walk. But the deeper mystery is not how they moved. It is why they were placed there. Today, many archaeologists believe the moai were tied to ancestor worship, social status, and protection. They also appear to be linked to places where fresh water was accessible. On an island with no rivers and little surface water, that detail is everything. Rain sinks quickly through volcanic ground, and in some areas, usable groundwater seeps out near the coast. The statues may have marked important zones where life could continue. In other words, these were not just monuments. They may have been a message carved into stone: this is where survival begins. For years, a darker story surrounded Rapa Nui. It was widely claimed that the islanders destroyed their own world by cutting down every tree, collapsing their ecosystem, and wiping themselves out. That tale became one of the most famous warnings in history. But modern research has made the picture more complicated. The island's past was not a simple case of self-inflicted extinction. The real collapse came after European contact, when outside diseases, violence, and slave raids devastated the population. In 1862, Peruvian slave traders kidnapped thousands of Rapa Nui people. Many never returned. Those who did brought diseases that spread through the island. Later, missionaries and colonial pressure further weakened the culture and erased much of its written heritage. By the late 19th century, only a small remnant of the original population remained. And yet the moai stayed. They stood through the silence. Through the loss. Through the rewriting of history. Even now, the island faces a new threat. Rising seas and coastal erosion are slowly eating away at the land around some of its most famous ceremonial sites. What was once protected by distance is now threatened by the ocean itself. The same sea that once isolated Rapa Nui may one day help reshape it again. That is what makes the moai so unforgettable. They are not just giant faces in stone, they are the memory of a civilization that survived against impossible odds, the echo of a people who turned rock into meaning, and the last witnesses of a world that nearly vanished. And if you have ever sent a moai emoji on your phone, you have already shared that face with the modern world. A stone guardian from one of the loneliest islands on Earth. Still silent. Still watching. Still impossible to forget.